Hello again everyone and welcome back to the chassis variant series. On the clan side we're still looking at the Koshi, or Mist Lynx as clanners know it, and this is the B variant. Now ignore the fact that the bottom left of it will probably say Mist Lynx A, as I didn't specifically go out and buy the CT of each mech, because 9 times out of 10 Omni-mechs don't come with CT mounted weapons or equipment. So generally you can have one base platform and then you can just add and remove omnipods as you see fit. And I think a majority of players of MechWarrior Line are doing this anyway. They're just switching and swapping bits that work best for them for making their builds. Things like the Hellbringer and the Ebon Jagger, everything are quite popular for that, for making like horrendous splat builds of lasers and stuff. So yeah, that's what I've done with this one. But this is the B configuration, which is 2 SRM6, 2 ER medium and an ER small, with a couple of ton of SRM ammo to make sure it stays in the fight as long as possible. So this variant or configuration was designed purely as a close combat type, so I guess in the idea of urban conflict, where the Mist Lynx would use its speed and its jump jet maneuverability to very quickly jump on top of a building and fire down on targets, or being able to use narrow pathways and streets to be able to quickly get around and behind a larger target and strike them, or even smaller targets and one-hit kill them, because it's quite a powerful build when you look at it compared to the likes of its comparative Innosphere mech would be a Commando, for instance, at the same tonnage. This thing stock is coming with 2 SRM6 and the medium lasers and the small. And you look at a stock Commando 2D, for instance, yeah, I mean that thing's coming with an SRM4 and SRM6 in a medium. They aren't too far apart, but you know, the Mist Lynx is a little bit quicker, it's got jump jets as well, and it's packing a little bit more firepower. Shows you the big difference between clan tech and Innosphere tech, with the weight being so drastically lower for their equipment than the Innosphere had at the time. And this is even speaking when you had access to XL engines. It's the Climax on average just had them beat in most respects. I do like the B variant as well. I think, again, combined with the Mist Lynx and its maneuverability, it can very quickly jump to a location. You can find a target, hit them with both of your SRMs at close range, or you can stay at a nice harassment range with ER mediums, because again, clan tech just have better range, so it allows you to very quickly strike and fade. And I think that's key with the Mist Lynx, really, unless you're playing the G variant, which has an extremely heavy emphasis on getting as close as possible because of its huge amount of ballistics weaponry. So I would, going at this point, I would recommend it. I'd recommend trying out the B. If the Omnipods overall are cheaper than buying the mech itself, so I would only buy the ARM Omnipods, because that's where all the weapons are stored. You don't need to buy the rest of it. Honestly, don't blow a huge amount of C-bills on buying just the core thing for a tiny XP boost. It's not worth it. Just buy the Omnipods if you want to try any of these, because it does work out to be a bit cheaper than buying an entirely new mech. Quite a lot cheaper, actually. It's something like a few 100,000 C-bills just to plop 2 arms on, and the equipment isn't that expensive. So yeah, this is fun. It does. If you ever played the Commando or any of those other, like a Jenna Oxide or any of those kind of lights that focused on getting very close and sort of dumping an alpha and then running away, this is a pretty good mech like that. And it's got 3 energy hardpoints and the 2 missile hardpoints. So the 2 missiles are in I think it's the right arm, I think. Or is it the left? I just get that mixed up. Let's have a look, see. Just go into the old smurfing. Yes, the missiles are in the right arm, and 2 energy are in the left, and you've got the last energy in the right arm alongside the missiles. So, yeah, you again, one of the big letdowns of the Mist Lynx is that its arms are the key to its success. If one gets blown off, you're pretty much buggered. And a lot of the Mist Lynx also have a asymmetrical armor layout on their arms as well. It seems like the clans heavily emphasised one of the arms being more important than the other. For instance, on the A variant, the arm that had the energy weapons, sorry, the ballistic weapons and the flamer, that had 8 points of armour, whereas the AMS and tag arm had about 16. So, you know, they emphasise which part of the mech is more important as far as the clans are concerned. Obviously in MechWarrior Online that isn't great in Alpha Strike Warrior, because players who are a bit more savvy and they know what they're coming up against, they go, oh, that's a Mist Lynx, bam, shoot off the right arm, more often than not. So you do have to be aware that you aren't going to have the most balanced of weapon armor loadouts there. You are going to lose bits of your mech a lot quicker than other parts of your mech. It's an odd thing to get used to, but it again emphasises using the speed of the mech rather than relying on just the weapons loadout alone to keep you alive. So yeah, it's still a lot of fun. I did like it. One thing I would probably change on the stock version is I'd probably unlink the ER small to the SRM6s. I did that thinking that the beam wouldn't be on as long as it was, and I kind of forgot that clan lasers do fire a lot longer than in sphere variants. I mean, I know you can skill them to reduce that, but it's still quite long by comparison. So yeah, I'd probably put that on a separate weapons group just to use it when a target is extremely close range, or a part's going to get blown off, or something along those lines anyway. And then, you know, use it that way, because I don't think the ER small got to do as much damage as it could have potentially done. But this match is winding down to the dying days of it. Me and this awesome, I think, are the only ones left, and there's quite a few of them left. And yeah, I'll leave you with that. So once again, thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope you have a good week, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Left arm critical damage. New target acquired. New target acquired.